You tell yourself you'll join a gym once you get a bit fitter. I hear it all the time. In fact, when clients invite their friends along to my strength training sessions, they often hear, "Yeah, it sounds great. Just need to get a bit fitter first." Unsurprisingly, nobody's joined us having gotten fit first. What's really happening is they're intimidated. They want to be doing some exercise, they want to get a bit stronger, have a bit more energy, maybe lose some weight. But the thought of joining a gym is daunting. You may feel the same. The thought of walking into a gym and seeing people looking as though they were born with a weightlifting diploma, throwing around weights you couldn't even move, using equipment you've never seen before, and you feeling like the only person who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. And I get it. Now, I know people say nobody's looking at you in the gym, but that's just not true. A lot of people in gyms are people watching. I saw it all the time. They're watching, learning, judging, admiring. And I've worked with enough people to know that this is a real barrier to them starting. And it's one of the main reasons I think gyms are the wrong place for most people starting out. The real problem is that people are waiting until they feel confident before they start exercising. But it's training that gives you that confidence. The more you train, the more confident you're going to be. And this is why training at home works so well. At home, you're not learning how to do exercises in front of others. If you need to watch the same exercise demonstration 3 times on your phone before trying it, nobody sees. If you need to use really light weights, nobody sees. And if you need extra rest between sets because you're out of breath, it's not going to bother anybody because you're not sharing equipment. You get to learn at your own pace. Of course, this raises a different problem, and that is that many people feel lost when they try to train at home by themselves. And I don't think many fitness professionals are helping either. They make exercise look more complicated than it needs to be. You can find endless debates online about technique. You're told this exercise is dangerous and that exercise is bad for your joints. It's no wonder people are scared of doing things wrong. One example is the upright row. It's an exercise that gets criticized all the time. Apparently, it's bad for your shoulders. But if somebody raises their arm into that position without any weight, they're unlikely to have any problems. If they pick up a light dumbbell, they're fine. What usually causes the problem, in this case, is lifting weights that are too heavy for your rotator cuff. That's different from saying the exercise is bad. One of the things I've learned over the years is that exercises aren't good or bad, they're just more or less suitable depending on the person. The trouble is, beginners hear these arguments and start second-guessing everything. Instead of training, they're analysing and worrying. And if they're not training, they're not going to build momentum. I trained at home for years before I ever trained in a commercial gym. That's because I started training when I was 13 and I wasn't allowed to train in a gym. By the time I did step into a gym, I already knew how to train. I knew how to lift weights, I knew how to structure a program and make substitutions when I had to. So I was very comfortable in gyms because I'd built confidence from years of training at home. And that's why I think training at home is the best starting point for most people. It removes a ton of pressure and you can focus on learning and building strength and prove to yourself that you can do it. Then later, if you decide you want to join a gym, you can walk in and train with confidence. Hit like and subscribe and check out my other videos if you want to learn an effective way to start training at home. If you want to fast track that, I coach people through my 12-week Learn How to Train program. To learn more, click the link in the bio.